everyone. Welcome to WRT with N and J. This is the first episode. I am your host, Nikhil, and I am along with my co host.
Hey guys, Jordan here.
We're going to be talking about a peculiar topic which you must have read before you, started listening to this particular episode. Goa trip with office folks. Jolin, you want to throw some light on the topic?
Oh my god, yes, I so much want to. I so well connect to this title because, guys, that's how our Goa trip actually was, or at least the beginning when we actually landed onto Goa. I guess until then, this was our mindset. It was Goa trip with office folks because all of them we knew only through office, and I don't even know. Like, I guess we just worked with them, not even been out along with them, not even for a lunch or a dinner or anything. But this was like a very first trip. So you should know it.
Yeah, I mean, Goa trip, when we think about it, it's considered a trip with your school friends, with your college friends. It's something you dream about, like your own, independent trip, not with your parents. And it's like a budget zindagi na milegi dobara. We, we just so badly want to do it. What has been your thoughts about it when you were planning for your own Goa trip?
Oh my god. I would just bring in your words itself that where you said Goa is one trip that we all dream about. I guess it's that for everyone, right? Like you've been planning for it, like I don't know, right from your school days or college days, or it sometimes ends up you're not going to it, or it just ends up you're creating a WhatsApp group and just being like, okay guys, we're gonna go now, but at the end of the day, like people just leave the group and it's just not you know
Yeah.
you just don't go there, so that's how it is. And but I would say, like, for us it was completely different, where yes, we're going to talk about it in some time. Like, really excited to tell you guys like how we actually planned it. It was completely different, definitely different than how you guys all planned. But yes, for us it was more like Goa trip with strangers, yes, because we everyone dreams about Goa trip to be that ideal trip, having all fun and everything. But I guess with us, it was like, yeah, we're going to Goa, we're excited. But with the people that we have no clue about, like, what was your initial thoughts, Nikhil?
I, for one, hadn't met anyone of you personally. So
Oh
for
my
me,
god,
it was
yes.
the Goa trip, the first time I'm going to be saying hi to you. So that was like skeptical about it. And I think we discussed along about this thing before, also before the trip was supposed to happen. That how are we going to do? Are we going to go along well with these people? I mean, we have worked with them, we do talk to them, but again, it's a different thing. You're not buddy buddy with them. How is this going to be an interesting trip? Will we have issues with each other? Would we go along? So yeah, it was like a lot of questions, but in the end, it just turned out to be one of the best trips we ever did.
You know what? Let's properly get into it. Just
Agree.
tell them right from how we started and how it ended. So, do we get into it?
Yeah, let's get started on how we went till the Goa trip, how our Goa trip went, and what happened after. So yeah, let's get into it properly then. All right. So before we even get into the Goa trip properly, we have to set up the people we went with, how me and Jolin met, and how this Goa trip actually came into existence. So I finished my engineering degree and I started at my first job, and I met this person. His name is Sneh, one of the people who we went with on the Goa trip. He had been in the company for a bit longer than me, so he was the one training me most of the stuff, and that's how we met. That's how we got to know each other. We went along pretty well, and we had an event, a virtual event. This is the time. This is the COVID time, so work from home was in place at that moment. So we had a fun event organized in the company, and we had to organize it. So we all, whoever was interested in organizing the thing, we all joined together, were talking, and that's where I met Anusha, who is the second person who was on the Goa trip. And after the whole discussion about how we're going to go about the events and everything, me and Anusha stayed on the call and we talked for a good amount of time. I think an hour or something, because we just vibed along really really well. We just got to know about each other. But that's basically how I met Sneha and Anisha. Let's hear from Jolin's perspective, because Jolin also brought two other people on the Goa trip from her side. So yeah, on to you, Jolin.
Okay, so I guess yeah, I can get started from like how I got to know you. So, yes, again, I joined the same company, I guess almost like 10 or 11 months later. And yes, this was my first job too, all nervous, all excited, and all of it. So, this was my very first day where, again, because of COVID and stuff, so we started online, and this day was my first introduction to the team, and I on my camera I'm talking and giving my introduction to the entire team. And then one person says that, okay, he's from the same college as mine, and I'm like, oh my god, nice. I mean, that's like the one way I can actually connect and get started, with someone I know, or yeah, somehow we mutual. So, and that was, yeah, it was Nikhil. Yeah, so I was like all excited. I'm like, okay, so one person from somewhere I know, because yeah, again, people in my team were from all different places of India. So I was really skeptical like how it's going to be. Again, it's online. Making friends and your communications are going to be like even more difficult than how it's actually when you meet them in person, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, like finding one known person in the crowd was like, yeah, that was a good thing. And I guess, but like later, I don't think so. We spoke so much, and we actually started talking with respect to the work because both of us are working on the same project. I should introduce another person who was also part of the trip and who was the first person I really gelled along, and she was Shreya. So yeah, she was my teammate, and yes, we both joined together and we gave our introductions together on the same day. And the first day we met in person was when we actually went to office. And yeah, another thing, like we stay close to each other, so that was another plus point. We used to travel together, so that's how it all started. We got to know each other, and then we ended up getting into the same team, me, Shreya, and we ended up working on the same project where Nikhil also comes in here. And there was another person called Gerald. Again, he also happened to be part of this project. Me and Shreya were getting trained by Nikhil and Gerald. So yeah, I would say initially it just started with work projects, work related. But yes, slowly we started gelling along, and we started talking other than work. I guess like that's how everyone came into. So it's me, Shreya, Gerald, Nikhil, Snaith, and Anusha. Yeah,
so
like these were the people who ended up going. But I guess even now, we are not like sure, or we don't know each other.
so one major point that Jolin forgot to mention is because we both are Christites. So woohoo! Any Christites in the chat, give a shout
Oh my
out.
god,
ID cards for live here.
I was like, should I even mention it or just be like, yeah, we were from the
Come
same
on, come on. I mean,
universe?
we're Christers. We do this all the time. So,
Okay, okay,
any
fine.
Christers here? Give a hi. So we both are Christers, and as usual, extremely excited to see another Christed in the team. And yeah, I just hopped onto the opportunity to just speak to her as soon as I can and get to know her. And it started out, of course, as she said, formally, and that was like the first interaction me and Jolin had with each other, uh, when it came to, well, getting to know each other. So yeah, that's how it started. And as she said, we I got to know Shreya and Gerald through the work that we were doing together. So,
So I guess like at this point of time, like you kind of have an idea, like, okay, how we all met and how we all are related and everything. But yes, now going into how the plan actually came into existence.
agreed. So
Okay. You want to go ahead, Nikhil?
I mean, I was not on the cafe, so
Exactly,
you're
guys.
the one who'll have to tell. So,
Exactly, guys. He was not even the part of the plan,
well, I was
but
not even in the place where my company is. So you can cut me some slack here.
exactly, exactly. And you should know, like, he stays like 1,000 kilometers away, even today.
Oh yeah, by the way, that's also another unique thing of me and Jolin, that we have met each other in person just once, and that was during the Goa trip. All this while, we have known each other for I think it's an more than a year now, 1.5 years easily, right?
Yes, yes.
All this while we have been very, very good friends to each other virtually. And somehow we have a very strong bond. So something to know for you guys.
Yeah, they'll get to know, like, yeah, throughout the podcast when we actually talk about us. But yeah, that's to start with. So okay, let me get started with how the plan actually started, or the idea even. So I had been out with my teammates. So this was like, we working from home, and it was just too hectic and boring and all of that. So we like, you know what, why not we do, work from a cafe. That was it, that was the idea. So we were like, okay, let's go to a cafe and then work from there. So we finished that day and we were like almost about to leave, and we are like, oh my god, this day was so good. And why don't we, like, do a trip, because now we know these people well, and let's just get out. And it's also been like too long we staying at home, working from home and all of that. And we're like, okay. And then one of them is like, okay, why not we do Goa? And then so all of us are like, like excited at the same time. Goa. So yes, you all know that's one trip, like, you can never achieve it. But yeah, like, we're again skeptical about, okay, do we do it? No, what? But why not? But again, like, questions in all of our heads, like, okay, are we gonna do it? How? When? What? Like, yeah, just 101 questions. But yeah, for the movement, we're like, okay, we've come up with the plan. Okay, we are going for the trip. So yes, that's how it started. And then
Mhm.
I got on a call with you or something that evening.
Just a
Yeah,
normal call just to tell where you are, what you guys been throughout the day and everything.
exactly. As usual, I called him and she was just showing him the cafe, and yeah, he was just talking to the other teammates and all of that. And then suddenly I'm like, you know what, we guys plan. I mean, it was not a plan until then. It was just an idea. So we guys are thinking we should make it a trip, and and we thought of Goa.
I remember you asking him, so we are planning to go on a trip. Would you like to come? And I instantly, without even question, like said no. Like what? Did
Who
he just
would
say?
even? I don't know if there are people like that, but like anyone I asked for, like anything, if you want to come here, they would I either say okay yes, or they would either say, you know what, let me see, I'll let you know. I've got answers like that, and he's the first person who says straight no. And I was like, oh my god, like, it could someone be like this? I literally like cut the call because I was forced to cut the call. With, because my other teammates are like so pissed off with Nikhil the way he responded. And yeah, they're like, oh my god, you know what? Are you gonna cut the call or what? And I'm like, okay, sorry. And then yeah, I cut the call. And yeah, like, so I guess yeah, that's how it started. But again, I guess the that day or the next day, yeah, again next day. So next day, I got on a call with him, and we are just talking. We just had other things to talk about, and I'm just talking, and then I'm still like, I'm shocked with his answer. And after everything, I ask him like, did you just like actually say no? Like, actually? And
I,
he
I
said, yeah.
I think if I'm correct, this is on the Saturday, that particular
Oh
afternoon or
my god,
something like that.
really? I don't remember that, but yes, it was Friday we made that, and then yeah, next day was Saturday, and yeah, I called you in. Oh,
The thing is between this call that she had, the first call where I said no, and the next call we had on, I'm pretty sure it's Saturday morning, but I had a thought about it, and I was thinking about it, like, yeah, should you go, should you not? Like from my point of view, it was more like, oh, dude, I don't know these people that much, and the whole Goa trip is like a very big commitment. I just don't want to do it. It's like I'm so used to staying at home because of the whole COVID thing. I was like getting too comfortable here, and I just didn't want to go and do a trip. It just felt like too much of a thing. But when she brought the point up, and the idea seemed good to me as much as the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I mean, maybe why not give it a go? Like, how often would you get a chance to go on an actual Goa trip?
really?
Yeah,
Okay, I had an idea because okay, guys. So in the start of the call, I mean, it was something else the call was about, and then we ended up, coming with the Goa topic, and I was like so disappointed and was like, oh my god, how can you say no, Nikhil? And can someone say no? And then by the end of the call, he agreed to it. So I thought I did something. Like, I spoke a lot. things throughout the call. Oh my god, I until today I thought, okay, I was the one who made you decide that, okay, you're gonna come. Okay, so you already had the thoughts in your head, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I made up my mind. This is like, you know what? Let's just go about it. So yeah, so we just discussed on it. I was like, you know what, Jordan, I'm okay with it. I think let's do this trip. But after this discussion, after we both were on board, I said that I want Anisha to come along, I want Sneh to come along, and she was okay with it. So we all, I think, a few days later, got on a call all together and discussed on the potential idea whether this can happen or not. And everybody seemed to be on the right page on the thing as to, yeah, you know what, let's just do this trip. I think it's
But what? Wait, I mean, yeah, we were like, we just had the plan and idea, and then yeah, we came to like a common ground that we're gonna go. I don't know, we any one of us were sure we're gonna execute it, but Nikhil was the one who made us execute.
that I remember. It's like what? So for me, it's the thing is if a plan has been put into action, then I'm gonna make sure that we go through it. Then there is no slouching after this. So I'm a big F1 fan, and if anybody follows F1, remember last year was the last year for Sebastian Vettel, and I'm a big Sebastian Vettel fan. So that was my one condition that we gonna do the trip after the season ends because I wanted to see his last race and just embrace everything because he means a lot to me. That was my one
Oh,
condition. And secondly, since I had made my mind as to this trip, I was like, I'm gonna apply for vacation as soon as possible. I think this is July or something. I was like, yep, that's it. November, I'm taking off. And I took off for a week for the end of November. And
he
these
took
guys
off.
are still in the planning stage. They're just
Yeah.
making of them. We're like, nope, that's it. We are doing it. I've taken off. And I told them, like, I've taken off. Now we are doing it. I think that's got them a little bit motivated, but that was like the main, I guess, like foundation of it, why it happened. Because if I don't think if I had taken an off, anybody would have been motivated to continue with the plan. But luckily, because I did, I booked my ticket. I think if I'm correct, I booked my no, I did book my train tickets like 2 months later, still 2 months earlier to the trip happening. But because I'd taken vacation and I was on my way to get the tickets, railway tickets and everything, all these other guys were like, you know what, yeah, this guy's pretty serious. Let's just go over. It's like a full transition from being
Exactly. A
no to
transition from
yeah,
saying like a,
yes,
yeah, like from no. And then, straightly going, yes, guys, I got my holidays. Like, the vacation is approved by manager. Have 1 week holiday. And yes, I'm also going to book my tickets. We still like,
agreed,
oh, okay.
agreed,
Yeah. We still like, oh my God. Like, he's actually excited. No, we'll have to do it now. So
agreed.
yeah, but thank you, Arun. I don't even know. Like we would have. I still don't think so. We would have made
Don't
it,
think
but
we would have been able to. But so
unfortunately,
we came into the planning, just talked about things. Jolene is pretty good at planning stuff, so she took the charge for the hotels and how we're going to do, what are going to be the itinerary, everything. I'm really bad at it, so I just took a back seat in this. We had a few discussions, we found a few hotels, we first discussed the itinerary and everything, and we decided on the final week of November to go for the trip. I booked my tickets, and these guys took till the last month, that is November starting, is when these guys booked their tickets to go. So, but yeah, eventually it just came along, and then I boarded my train on the, I think if I'm correct, 25th of November, if I'm correct, something like that.
right, yes.
So yeah, 25th, 24th. That's 24th or 25th of November, something like that. Because I had to travel a lot. For it was like more than a day's journey for me to reach Goa, while for her and the others, it was just an overnight journey.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I guess that is why we were not like so much tensed or worried about the tickets. We could even, okay, guys, so me or like the rest of them, for example, Shreya, Anusha, and Snehid, Gerald, we all stayed in Bangalore and we were from Karnataka. So yeah, it was much easier for us to reach Goa than he coming from Jaipur.
Jaipur,
So yeah, so that was it. So yeah, because of that, we were not like so worried, and we were like, oh my god, like the worst case, we can even like take a bus and just leave like a day before, and the next day we're gonna end up in Goa. So yeah, that was pretty much is it. But My God, for Nikhil, it was like almost 2 days, I would say, or like, yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
1.5
yeah.
day. And yes.
Yes, it was. It was
So
a big
now
deal.
you want to talk about your
Yeah,
journey?
so from that humongous introduction towards the Goa trip, we're gonna finally start the Goa trip. Alrighty, so we're finally entering the Goa trip. So I took my train. It was Marusagar from Jaipur to Kerala. Any Mallus from Jaipur listening, they know this particular train. So I took that at 10 in the morning. That particular day, I met up with two other people who were from military. That was amazing to meet them. And at night, I think it was in Madhya Pradesh or something like that. That's when these guys started. So yeah, you want to tell about how you started and everything went.
Yes, it was like a normal bus journey. So we took a semi sleeper. So me, Anusha, Shreya, and Gerald. So we all met together and we got the bus. So yeah, we started the journey. But yes, we regretted, like, we should have chosen a sleeper because of like various reasons. One, none of us weren't comfortable like sleeping like that. And these kids in the buses are like, oh my God, so annoying. Yeah, like literally there was one kid behind. She like kept talking and shouting. I don't even know whether like she had like even a second of sleep. But oh my God, that night was like really crazy. And yeah, I guess like it was very few hours. The next morning we wake up like in Goa.
And these guys actually came to Goa much earlier. I started early and I reached the last.
Yes. So
That's
he was the first one to start and the last person to reach Goa.
so the first half of the trip was supposed to be in North Goa, and we had booked. Was it a hotel resort? What do we call it even?
I was a hotel.
So yeah, these guys reached Goa.
So yes, we guys reached early, and you guys should know like how much the taxi drivers cost there, and definitely when they know you're not from the place. So yeah, like they really costed much. But yeah, there was this one good person. He was like, "I'm gonna take you to breakfast, and I'm gonna take you to the hotel." So yeah, I guess he like charged like almost 3K or something like for this entire stretch. And yeah, like the distance was also far, and we were like, okay, we were like fine. So, and it was too hot. My God, we landed there and the sun was like literally like piercing into our skin. So it was so hot. And we just want to get to the place and just freshen up. And yeah, so that's how it was. And we went to this a very nice cafe and we enjoyed and loved the breakfast. Then finally we go to the hotel. We check in and like the first like the idea of us is like you're going there and we are just heading to the beach. I mean, come on, like you get in the water, like you're cleansed like properly.
You
Yeah,
feel
whatever.
refreshed,
Yeah,
refreshed.
exactly. So we get into our room, just like keep the things there and just take all the loads off ourselves. And then yeah, just freshened up and we head to the beach. And we still like waiting for Nikhil to come in. And also yeah, so Sneh had to pick up Nikhil. The
So
plan was Nikhil and Sneh had to meet there, and then they had to come. So we stepped into the beach and we get a message saying Sneh is still waiting for Nikhil and Nikhil hasn't reached.
so yeah, so I was supposed to drop at Madgaon, but this train also goes through a station called Tivim. And Sneh, lives very close to Goa, so he suggested he's going to take his car to the trip because he had to leave early for a wedding. So I asked him if it was okay for him to pick me up from Tivim. So my train, as usual, if you know Marusagar, was late, very late to be very honest. I think it was at 12 or something. By this time, I had spoken to Joel and I had told her that I'm still in the train, and she was as surprised as usual. They're listening to that, but hey, that is what Indian Railways is. But finally, I reached Tivim, and Snail had been waiting for me for more than an hour, and I'm surprised the guy was not fuming, and he was very patient. Thanks for that. This is my first time I met Snaith in real life, so I met and we gave each other a hug, and then we went on our way to the hotel. Got in his car, and the road journey to the hotel was pretty nice. Just taking it all in, like a change of scenery from Rajasthan to Goa. It's very nice. And finally, I think it took us in, I think, 30 to 45 minutes. And we were unable to find the hotel because it was some nook and corner. And weirdly, one person we asked said that the hotel doesn't exist. It was shut down. We were
Oh
like, wait,
my
what?
God,
How?
really?
Yeah, and we were like, how did we book the ticket if the hotel doesn't exist? But luckily, that gave us the location, Ajal and Gerald, and we were able to reach the place. We parked our car, got the luggage out, and we got our rooms, and then put the luggage in. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not changing. Let's just go in. I want to get the beach in because the beach was just a 500-meter walk from our hotel. So we went to the beach. And that's where I met Jolin for the first time in person, Anusha for the first time in person. Basically, I met
And
everyone
everyone in
for the
person,
first time
like,
in person.
yeah.
And it was amazing to meet them. At first, me and Jolin saw each other and were like, okay. Felt sort of weird. It's like, okay, yeah, this person is now real, is standing in front of me. It's a very weird feeling when you meet somebody in person for the first time. You
I know, but
it's
you've
just like
been like talking to them online, like for like the longest.
a
But
long time.
when you
It's just
meet them,
it's like it's
yeah, in
such
person,
a
it's just like
different yeah, it's such a different experience, right? Um,
true.
so we all just talked to each other for a while, just telling each other how our trip was so far, and then we were like, you know what, let's just jump into the beach and then get into the water and have a fun time. And we got it. It was very good, like cold sort of a temperature, very refreshing.
I guess for you
Just
it was much needed. Like, oh
much
my god.
much needed. It was so much needed. But yeah, that's basically how we got settled in. And then we had some food, and I personally had, because I was extremely hungry. And then we took a few pictures, and now we are well dirty, and we plan to go to a club in the evening. So we were back on our way to the hotel now to, well, get changed and get ready for the evening.
Yes, I guess this evening was like really beautiful. And yeah, like first day at Goa, it set the impression for us.
Yeah.
Because yeah, come on, going to Goa, like you want to have that experience, you want to dance, you want to like listen to the music and enjoy and vibe along with that. So yeah, that was the plan. But one thing, I don't know if like others are surprised, but I was so surprised that we all color coordinated with our outfits without like any planning or anything. Also, I was going to wear a different dress, and so Shreya, my friend, so she got me this dress, and she's like, you know what, like I guess you should try this, and I just wore that, and then I see everyone. So it was pink, and I see everyone having like some shade of pink in their outfit. But
More
yes, hmm
more than anybody, me and Jordan were properly twinning. Both had white sneakers, both had. I
exactly,
even t-shirt I was wearing was a suggestion from Jordan. So yeah, we both were properly twinning.
exactly. So yes, definitely, like
So
the pictures of that night was just so
yeah, it was
good. I would say
amazing.
that.
So we headed out, and we thought of a few clubs, and we could not decide on one, but we were like, well, let's just go out and see what we can. So we had a quid, which was Snaith's car. So all the girls and Snaith got into that car, and me and Gerald, we rented a scooter, and then we went our way. So we found a club, and they had stag entry, if I remember correctly. And
Correct.
there was some DJ who was supposed to come, but they were supposed to come pretty late at night, almost midnight. So we were like, let's just get in, have some food, just enjoy the vibe, and then see what we want to do. So yeah, we just got in, and this was also alongside the beach, like you can literally see the sea from the balcony of this particular cafe. Sat in, got some food. Plus, if I'm correct, it was a Saturday night, so it was even more
Exactly.
crowded. But
Exactly.
and also, I am a big sneakerhead, so I do not like to mess up my sneakers. I was
For
wearing my
sure.
white sneakers, and some very mindless person had a brilliant idea to go to the beach while I was wearing my sneakers. And
No, come on. Like you go to the beach and you don't step into the water and walk by the shores. Who would even do that? Like I don't know.
I I was too skeptical about it because we had already done this in the afternoon. So of course I did the most me thing. I took my shoes and I put it in my hand, and then I walked along the beach. So
Yeah.
everyone is just walking, enjoying it, and if I'm the only person having my shoes in my hand and they're walking like, oof, nothing should happen to them.
But no, like that walk was so good because you should just see. I mean, it was evening and the lightings like look so pretty, and my God, that walk was needed.
It was very much needed. So we came back, and then these guys wanted to dance. Jolin especially wanted to dance on Bollywood music, but for some reason they were not playing Bollywood music, so it just ruined all the girls' mood. So we finished whatever we had, and then we stepped out, and we went to this another big club, and this was again stag entry, but it was like a rave club of sorts, if I'm correct, but it had like techno music, which we did not enjoy. But we anywhere went there,
Mhm.
and Joel and Anusha especially are just eagerly wanting something to dance to. It's like a Bollywood music. They're just getting so annoyed because of this whole techno music where that we were finding wherever we were going. And right now,
No one would play Bollywood for us, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
yeah, we were like just so disappointed, and so yeah, we were like, okay, we're gonna head to our rooms and then play music and dance by ourselves.
So we were finally able to come back to our hotel, and we were just at this point just extremely eager to dance to some Bollywood music. Recorded a few reels, had a good time, and then we were tired, so all of us went to sleep because just it was a fun day. It was not how we expected to properly dance in a club, but we made our own version of a club. Oh, one thing, me, Joel, and Anisha, later at night, we just had like one of the best conversations, unfiltered, under
Oh,
the
right.
starry sky, just talking about how life is and everything.
Sitting on the swing there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sitting on
Yeah.
the swing and all three just having the best conversation. I think the best conversation happened at night. And the next day was Sunday. So, Joel, you want to take us along how
Mhm.
Sunday went?
Yes, yes. Yeah, so Snehit, as we guys told you, he was like near to Goa, and my god, like I don't even know like how many times he's been to Goa. Like any weekend he's bored, he would just like take his car and go to Goa and post pictures. So that's how accessible it is to him. So yeah, he has like a good idea of places there. So yeah, definitely we had like few places in our head that we're gonna go to. So yes, so all of us we didn't want to take our cars, like we just because it was like places nearby. So yeah, we all like rented a scooty. So it was anyway 6 of us, so that was like perfect.
Three scooters we rented.
Yes, so we finished the breakfast and started our journey, and then we girls, so we were like on the way, and then definitely the shops there and definitely your Goa dresses and all of that. So we're like really captivated. So we had to like stop in between, and we just wanted to like wear a same outfit and all of that. So yeah, like me and Anusha, I guess like we were looking for some outfits, and yeah, Shreya wanted to get her hair braided. Like I mean, come on, going to Goa and not getting her hair braided. Three of us we got braided according to like the outfit that we wore, and yeah, guys, I end up changing again. So like even my second day was I wore something, but I ended up changing something else. So
So,
but
Joel, for context, wore a swimsuit for the entirety of the day.
exactly because we planned we're going to a beach, like some beach, but we ended up not going to any, and yeah, we ended up going to church.
I don't
Okay.
know why Jolene thought, but she was the only person who changed.
No,
Everybody else
but
was in.
and I yeah, like no, everybody had their like swimsuits
Yeah,
with
but
them.
nobody changed. You're the only person
Yeah,
who was like, yeah,
exactly. I
you
was
know
like,
what?
you know
I'm going
what,
to
like I
change.
don't want to carry stuff and I'm gonna change, and I got changed, but yeah, we ended up not going to a beach. But
So,
everywhere else, yeah.
so funny thing happened. We stopped because Shreya and Snehit, they wanted to get some alcohol. And while we were waiting, this cow comes and I had the scooty's handle on one side. I was on the other side of the scooty. And this cow comes and she has to piss right there itself. So we got like they got a picture of me just standing there and the cow pissing like right next to me. Oh, it was so annoying. But it didn't piss on me or on my shoes. Shoes are important.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Shoes.
then we were on our way. Yeah, we I think we went to some important film location that
Yeah,
park
yeah. So
looking.
this road, I again don't know the name, but I guess you all guys would know it's the same road from My Dear Zindagi movie. So again, so yeah,
Mhm.
it was apparently because of that it was famous, and yeah, we got into the start of that street, and then oh my god, there are like hundreds of people like taking pictures and posing and all of that, and
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing, but it's extremely crowded to be very honest. But it's an amazing location. So we took few pictures there, and then we moved on. Lovely roads. I think for me personally, one of the best riding I've done uh, was in Goa itself. It was beautiful roads, rarely any potholes or bumps or anything. It was just extremely smooth. We went to I think Panji to that church.
correct, correct. So yeah, also I had this thing that when we go to Goa, like we are going to a church, and yeah, if it's a Sunday, we're gonna attend a mass. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make you guys attend a mass. But my God, like yeah, we I mean
And
we kind of did go to most of churches, but ended up like not going inside because most of them were like closed. And
Also,
then
because Madam G was in a swimsuit. Yeah.
exactly, and
In a way, you were wearing the proper go outfit, to be
yeah,
very
exactly, proper go outfit, but definitely not the appropriate one to go to a
to a
church.
church. Agreed.
Yeah,
But
but
no, we lit up candles there
mm,
and we prayed for some time, and then we left. And then I think, if I'm correct, we went through that whole Portuguese colony. Uh, really,
ex-
really
yeah,
calm roads, barely any traffic, just
very beautiful.
wind in your hair. It's just like straight from a movie, I would say. And I
Yeah,
think if
and then we went to that Buddhist temple that
yeah,
was like so calm, peaceful, and definitely the architecture it was
so
so like
so
good.
Jolene not only visited a church but also a temple in a swimsuit. She did it all that day.
Exactly, and I mean, yeah, throughout Goa.
From there, we went to Singham. Shooting was done at this PO.
Exactly,
Uh,
the
but
bridge. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But they have closed it now, so but you can only see it from a distance. So we finished that, and then we came back. We got a few cashews, and everybody did cashew shopping. And then we were back
And
in
no,
the
no, no, and
city.
also we stole a few chocolates. I don't know, like if you remember, but
Oh, oh
yeah,
yeah, from the counter, if I'm
yeah,
correct.
like they were just showing us this, and then I just like took few of them, and I just like gave it to everyone. Just came out, and we all had it. But yeah, that was
So we
nice.
had that, and
Hmm.
then we went back to the city. Now this is around evening time. There was a sort of a carnival happening. It's on the road where most of the ships are for casinos. So we're
Yeah.
going through there, and the scooter that I got had like a half helmet, sort of a military style helmet that must have seen extremely fragile, I would say.
And I
And
don't
I
even know, like, why was that
was,
even there?
I
Yeah,
have no
first.
clue. And the thing is, like, as soon as you ride more than, I guess, 50 kilometers, 60 kilometers per hour, that thing goes just back of your head and is just strapping onto dear life with that straps. And we were on a bridge, and I think I did like a 70 or something, and this thing flew off right from my head and then landed on the road, middle of the road. So me and Anusha, we were on the third scooter. We had to stop. I ran back, get my helmet in. But by the time I reached back, these two other guys, they had already gone pretty far ahead, and we were at a circle. So me and Anusha had no clue how
Yes.
where to go now.
Yeah, and then they ended up just going around that circle, like back and forth, and we're still like waiting there, like hoping maybe they're gonna come something. But
So we called Jolyn, and she sort of understood where we were, but she gave a location. During this time, for some reasons, these guys decided to move. So now we
no,
came.
because on the map we were like sharing a live location, and sometimes they're like almost like ahead of us, and sometimes they're behind. Like we're like so clueless, and we're like, okay, you know what? Let's just keep moving.
We did a lot of circling around, and at one point, I was like, let's just go a little bit ahead and stop there. And then these guys followed us, and we met together. And then we went to the sort of a town area. And I think, if I'm correct, we had dinner. That we came across this cafe again on the side of the beach, but they didn't have, I think, proper dinner. But what happened was, me and Gerald are waiting outside in the car, and these guys go in saying that we're going to be back in 2 minutes, but they just sit there. And now I'm getting impatient, so I call them, and they're like, "Yeah, yeah, coming, coming." And finally, they do come, and we are able to find a prop dinner place. I
Yeah,
don't
no, I guess
exactly.
we ended up going to the same place that we had our lunch the first afternoon, the beach side.
Mhm.
So yeah, like they already ordered their drinks, and finally Snehit and Shreya have their alcohol there, and yeah, like they're just like pouring in for all of us.
Mhm.
And all of us are in the idea of okay, we'll drink, and but Nikhil is still like, no, I don't think so. I
Yeah,
don't know.
not for me. For
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So that was what he said. I don't even know if we guys started. He just picks up the glass. He's like, okay, you know what? Okay, I'll drink, and then like he goes like in one stretch.
Yeah, and for some reason, after I had this, it was like a full glass of beer, if I'm correct, or whiskey or something. Full neat, by the way.
Yeah,
And now I've
exactly.
become full serious. I don't not
Oh
speak.
my
You're
god.
just like,
Okay, so anyone who's drunk who's high, I've seen them like acting crazy and going all energetic and stuff. But my god, with this person, it was just completely
it's
different.
just
He's
like,
all quiet, all silent, sitting there, like to just giving one line answers like, Nikhil, are you fine? Yeah. That, oh my god, yeah.
Too silent, just looking into the sea. And at one point, I get up and I walk towards the beach and I put both my hands in my pocket and I stand there for 15 minutes.
Oh my god, we guys got shit scared and we didn't know what to do. And me and Anusha were like, you know what? Let's just walk. Then maybe he's gonna get better. And that walk was the worst walk. Like, yeah, we three are walking. He's behind us. It was so quiet. We just like walking. Me and Anusha just saying, "Is he fine? Should we ask him something?"
And I'm like, walk here, skip
Yeah,
this, skip that. I was like, the worst night these guys had. Even the walk back to the hotel was silence, complete
yeah,
silence.
like
And because we had to go to sleep early because we were going to, what was that place called?
the
Some
Dudh Falls the
Dudh
next day.
Saga Falls. It was 100 kilometers away from us. So we had to leave
Leave
early,
pretty
pretty
early.
early. So we all went to sleep. I went to sleep because, well,
Okay,
not
yeah,
surprised.
he had to sleep, and we guys went to sleep, but never slept that night because me and Anusha are still like stuck in that moment. Like, what happened? We close our eyes, his straight face comes to our mind, and that entire night, me, Shreya, and Anusha, we just kept talking about Nikhil, and yeah, we spoke about the work and all of that, but no, we never slept, and it was almost like around 2:33, and Shreya is like, you know what, guys, I don't think so, you guys are sleeping, so get out. So she literally shooed me and Anusha out, and we like, you know what, let's just go check on them. And yeah,
Yeah.
we came to their room, and again, my god, Nikhil is sitting on his bed with the blanket on his head, like without like not even shaking. And we're like, oh my god, is he still fine or what? Yeah.
And then I got ready, Snaith got ready, Gerald got ready, and now these guys are sleepy, like crazy sleepy because they haven't slept. Boys are full energetic and the girls are like dead. But the guys got in the car, we got a scooter, and we rode. Amazing road trip. It was drizzling a bit. So we stopped at this cafe middle way to have breakfast, and they had this song playing which
Oh
just
my,
kept running in our head.
Shambhu, was it
Yeah,
Shambhu?
so,
Lord Shiva's song,
so yeah,
right?
so it just was on
Yeah,
repeat.
I was just go on repeat, and oh my, I don't know, I was so pissed. So once we start from the hotel, like going to the falls, I guess Gerald, he downloaded this song, he started playing it in our car, and I was like, oh my god, no, you're not
Sham-
doing that.
Shambhu. So
Yeah.
but we reached the place and we parked our car and our scooter, and we had to get into this big line. Finally, after 30 minutes, 45 minutes of waiting, we finally got our jeep and we were on our way. So the journey to the fall is there's barely any road. You're doing full off-road at that point, so your normal vehicle cannot do. They give you these rented vehicles in which you go. So we reach there and we park our cars, and the it's right in the middle of the jungle because the fall is quite ahead. So you have to do like another a kilometer or 2 kilometer walk
Walk.
inside. So we start walking, and yeah, how was the walk, like Jolin?
Oh my god, it was really good for me. We guys like, like literally holding each other's hands and just trying to get to the place. And but definitely, I should say it was like very pretty and nice. And
Agreed.
yeah, and most of you would know, like there is this bridge just above that fall. So there's this train, so it passes through that. So I guess we
Yeah.
got so many pictures.
Able to spot the train also,
Yeah, oh
luckily.
my god, yes, they did pass a train, and oh my god, it was so wonderful. And yeah, we got like pretty good pictures, and again, enjoyed the way back,
Hmm.
to just get
So
out of the
so
falls. And
Yeah, so from there, the Jeep dropped us at our starting place, and then we had a few snacks. If I remember correctly, we had tender coconut, and we were just talking about we had some event coming up in our office the week after we were coming back, so we were just discussing on that part. And now I think it's around 2 p.m. something, so quite tired now. And since the long
very
journey is,
tired.
yeah, in the morning also, we just wanted to head back to the hotel and have lunch somewhere before that. So we started from Sagar and were on our way this time. Gerald was riding, and this is something I've noticed. It's such a long ride. If you're the passenger, you have basically nothing to do. So I just was getting bored sitting behind. There's like just nothing good scenery because I've seen that in the morning and extreme heat. So just sitting there like, oh my God, when is it gonna end? When is it gonna end? And I got so tired. I think when we entered the city, I got so tired. So I practiced this thing we as kids used to do, where we used to sit the other way around on the scooter. Uh,
Right.
so I turned myself the other way around and was just staring down to all the other vehicles that we were passing.
Oh my
And the
God.
hilarious part was that they would look at me and they would imagine the back of a person, then they would see the front of me, and I would stare back at them. So they would try to break contact, which was so awkward.
Jesus Christ.
and, and I and I passed you guys, and you were also
Yeah,
sort of tired, and you see me like just hanging back the other way around, like, oh, this is interesting. This is
I
something new on
know.
the road.
I know. I know.
Some someone hacked there, hacked back there, and I had mentioned to Jolyn that I really wanted to have crab, because it had been quite some time since I had crab, and she was not very much interested.
Yeah, because it was
It
my first time and I had never tried this in my life. And okay, I didn't even have any idea of even like trying it. So I was like really skeptical, like, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna have it or no? But yeah.
Yeah, but we came across this hotel who they had some sort of a special crab dish, and I saw it and I was like, yeah, yeah, we are having lunch here itself. I don't
Hmm.
care. And
Hmm.
everybody else half-heartedly said yes, but I was very excited because I wanted to have crab. So we all went in, and I made Jolyn promise me she's gonna have it, and she at that point agreed. Although I could tell by her face that she was not too very excited to be on board with it, but
Yeah, like after looking at it, not at all. Yeah,
but
how it looked.
but we ordered what did we some sort of a
Sizzler. We ordered a
yeah.
chicken sizzler and yeah, this crab, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
like, and I'm so glad you ordered that sizzler because my God, that crab was something.
I
And
know. I still don't know how the crab actually tastes. Like I don't even know what I had. Yeah, like so there was so almost like 4 to 5 crabs in that like entire plate, and I guess I just took one of it, and then the rest four, Nikhil had it. But again, like I guess even he has no clue how it tasted. It was just the masala, and I don't know. Like his plate looks so dirty. Like after you finish everything. I was like, oh my God. Thank
I
God I
mean,
just took one and yeah, I just tried to like, make it look like I've had something, but I just kept it aside. Yeah.
my understanding was that they bring it and they open it for you, and then you can have the meat inside. But this person, I think himself, was not too trained, so this
Yeah.
entire crab
He
came.
didn't know how to cut, like where
Yeah,
to start, like.
yeah, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking at him, I'm like, okay, how do we proceed? I look at him and I'm like, can you open it? And he said me like, nope. I'm like, okay. And then and I'm like, okay, fine. And then I tried something first, tried to break it with that thing that you get, but that didn't work out. So tried with my teeth to break the thing. I got something out of it. And Jolin also tried something. I don't know how much he got, but the whole plate was extremely messy, as you
I
mentioned.
know.
But and
Oh
after,
my God. Also, you remember the sizzler part. Okay, so you all know how the sizzler actually looks, right? Like, so they would like burn the outer end and they would have this, aluminum wrap around it. So these guys, I don't know, was it like they had it on their menu, yes, but I don't know, it seemed like they're making it for the first time and somebody's ordered it for the first time. And so literally whoever cooked, so they got it to our place, like to our table, and they're literally taking videos of how, like, you get the smoke out of the sizzlers, right? So they're literally
yeah,
taking video. They all seem so excited, like as if they're looking at it for the first time. We're like, oh my God, what is happening? Like,
everybody seems so confused there. Like they're
I
doing it for the
know.
very first time.
I know. Like, there's so many things in the menu, and we ask them, they're literally like, okay, so that is there in the menu, is it? Like, how is that going to be prepared? Like, they all had that question mark faces.
But
But
so thankful that you got the sizzler, because that
I
was the only
know that,
thing
that we
that
had, but
that we had,
yes,
and I
yes,
felt so bad for
yes.
this entire thing. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be paying for this lunch, and no, everybody agreed because I was like, this is so just
Yeah, he paid for the crabs.
But
Yeah, I was like, it was something. It was some lunch, some crab it was, and yeah, that was that. And after that disappointment, we were fine. We were back on our
I
way.
would say the sizzler, like it tasted well, like
Yeah,
whatever.
that was the
Like
saving grace. Because
I
if it
know for
hadn't been
sure.
there, we would have been empty.
For
Yeah,
for
on our
sure.
stove. So,
For sure.
so
And then yeah, after that we decided, okay, we're not gonna try anything. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
I think we did had an idea about, I think, ice cream, if I'm correct. Um, but yeah,
Hmm.
over
Yes.
there we just finished. We paid the bill and we just got out of it as soon as possible. If you remember from the first day, these guys really wanted to a Bollywood night clubbing. So we were like, this is our last day in North Goa. Let's just do it. And Gerald also wanted to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
And me and Gerald got in to get Gerald's first tattoo. He wanted to get like an arrow of sorts, and it
Yeah,
looks cool.
spear.
but but yeah, so when they started in the process to make the tattoo, and this guy is just crying like crazy, like,
I
oh no.
know.
Like halfway through he's like, no, no, don't want to do it, don't want to do it. And I started there, bro, come on, let's do this. And then after all this crying, he was finally able to get this tattoo in, and the whole area was fully red. And we finished that. So we finally found a club with Bollywood night happening, and we entered. And then it was not a big club, I would say, but decent enough for you to sit down and have some food and dance and
Yeah,
everything.
like almost like max 20 people could fit in that dance area. And yeah, like we started dancing, and Nikhil was again a surprise that day for me because he had such good moves. Like, okay, so like I love dancing and I've been dancing for some time, but I myself was like so like confused. Okay, what should I dance next? What step should I put in? And he comes with all nice moves, and I'm like literally following him after a point of time. So
I'm just doing some random actions, like
yeah,
some random stuff.
and
And
we all
she's
like
and
follow him.
Jonah's like, whoa, amazing. I'm like, oh, amazing.
But that night we
Agreed.
danced out. But again, I would say like I couldn't do it like properly at then because like all that sleep deprivation and
Yeah.
appetite, everything like came back. And after a point of time, I felt like
I
like my head was hurting, nauseous and everything, and I just sat there, trying to calm myself. I wanted to get back in dance, but I just couldn't.
We headed early because of Jordan not feeling well, and we headed back. We slept, and then the next morning, we said goodbye to Snehit because he had to go for the wedding, and Shreya was joining us to South Goa because her train was later in the
In the
evening.
evening.
Yeah, so that was our, you know, 2.5 days or almost like 3 days in North Goa. And then we were heading to South Goa. But just seeing that how long this entire North Goa story has been, we just thought like, yeah, we don't want to like make you guys keep listening to it like too long. So we have our South Goa story in the next episode. And yes, you should also know that you will get to know how WRT even came into existence. And yes, all that you would listen to that in the next episode.